বিসমিল্লাহির আজকে আমি নিজে আসছি আমার ছোটো ভাইয়ের বাসায় আসছি। সে ডাক্তার, নেফ্রোলজিস্ট। তো তার ডাক্তার হয়ে ওঠার গল্পটা আজকে তার কাছ থেকে শুনবো। নাম আর পেশা?
নাম জাহিদুল মন্ডল, আমি ডক্টর।
কোন যেখানে কাজ করছি সেটার নাম কি, সেই প্রতিষ্ঠানের নাম কি?
রবার্ট উড জনসন ইউনিভার্সিটি হসপিটাল।
ডেজিগনেশন কি তোর?
I am the acting medical director of kidney and pancreas transplantation.
আর হুইচ ডিগ্রি, মানে চিকিৎসা বিজ্ঞানে সবচেয়ে সর্বোচ্চ কোন ডিগ্রি নিয়েছিস?
So I have a fellowship in transplant nephrology after residency in medicine, then 2-year fellowship in nephrology, and then a year fellowship of transplant nephrology.
বাংলাদেশি যে এফসিপিএস এবং এফআরসিএস বলে, তার সঙ্গে কিভাবে তুলনা করে এটা?
It would be comparable or higher
than FCPS or FRCS?
I don't know how they compare actually. I'm not really sure.
তো প্রথমে কি ব্যাচেলর করতে হয় হেলথ সায়েন্সের পর, তারপরে কি?
তো এখানে মেডিকেলের জন্য প্রথমে আর কি প্রথমে কলেজে যেতে হয় হলো 4 বছরের, তারপর মেডিকেল, that's bachelor, and then you have to go for medical school for 4 years, so that 8 years of schooling, and then you get a MD degree, like Doctor of Medicine, and then you have to go into your chosen field and then do residency, and that depends like how many years of residency you do. Actually it depends on what specialty you choose.
তোর কত বছর লাগছিল?
আমার রেজিডেন্সি ছিল হলো 3 বছর, আর fellowship is nephrology for 2 years and then transplant nephrology for another 1.
So এখানে মেডিকেল পড়ার জন্য কিরকম খরচ লাগে?
So depends on মানে কোন মেডিকেল স্কুলে যাওয়া হয়. So there are some government medical school that could be cheaper than private medical school. However, now if you get into New York University Medical School, it's completely free. As long as you get in, you don't pay a dime. So they made it completely free for all students. But it's very competitive to get in. But all the other medical schools, so the bachelor every year is about 50 to 60,000 per year for 4 years, and then medical school is about 60 to 65,000 per year for 4 years. So you end up paying a lot of money.
তো এখানে হাই স্কুল থেকে সরাসরি কি মানে কিভাবে কোন প্রোগ্রামের মাধ্যমে ঢুকবে মেডিকেলে? প্রথমে কি হাই স্কুলের পরে কি?
So after high school is up to 12th grade, which is comparable to Bangladesh's college graduation, মানে HSC graduation, and then you have to do 4 years of college.
But how do you get into the medical program? Like, what is the criteria?
So in the regular way is to just go to college and do pre-medicine. So there is a major that you can do called pre-medicine, and that could be a major in chemistry, and then you focus on pre-medicine. So there are some requirements that you have to fulfill during college to take the MCAT exam for medical school, and those courses are already known. So you have to have during your college, like whatever major you choose, you actually have to make those prerequisites. After you make those prerequisites, you can take the MCAT exam, and then MCAT exam will give you a score, and then that score plus your GPA during college, that will be considered during your entrance to medical school.
So হাই স্কুল থেকে কি ধরনের কি পাইতে হবে? হাই স্কুলে জিপিএ কত থাকতে হবে, আবার অথবা এসএটি কি কত কিরকম স্কোর?
So for college entrance, you need the high school GPA, but for medical school, they care about more of your MCAT score and your college courses. But the way I went through it's like not really normal way. I went through a 7-year medical program right after high school. This is like called the accelerated medical program. So you do a 7-year instead of 4 plus 4, 8 years, you do just straight 7 years. But this is very like accelerated, meaning like the classes are very concentrated. It's very intense course, and there's not many of that are offered. So you actually have to get in. You have to know the right people to actually apply, and then when you apply, then you have to be chosen. So that your high school grade actually matters for that specific program. But if you go through the standard like medical school program, then you go to college, regular any college, do well in college, take the MCAT, and then you go and apply for medical school.
তো হাই স্কুলের রেজাল্ট কি ছিল যে এখানে ঢুকতে সহজ হয়েছে এই প্রোগ্রামে, আর এই প্রোগ্রাম ফাইন্ড আউট করলে কিভাবে?
So আমি আসলে এই প্রোগ্রামের জন্য কিছুই জানতাম না up until few days before the like last day that you have to put the application in. So my college counselor, so every high school has a counselor who helps you with like applying for college. So that's called college counselor. So the college counselor told me about this specific program and told me to apply for it. But I was applying for a lot of colleges at the time and universities. So the last day I only had my application filled, but this particular program actually wanted me to write 3 different essays as part of the application process, and I didn't have any of them. So I told my college counselor that I only have the application filled and I have my personal statement already ready, but I don't have anything else. So she said, okay, whatever you have, give it to me. And that was the last day. So it has to be postmarked by that day. And so since it was the end of the day, so all the post offices that were closed. So she actually took it to a 24-hour post office and mailed it for me. And finally I got in without writing any like essays. I got to the interview and then went through the interview and actually got through the program after I actually received my letter of acceptance. Then they called me and were like, okay, we're actually missing two of your essays. I'm like, you are? Then I wrote them and gave it to them afterward. So it didn't really matter for me to write those essays. But yes, so my college counselor was the one who told me about the program and helped me immensely in terms of getting in.
So কলেজের জিপিএ মানে কলেজের জিপিএ কিরকম দরকার হয় আপনার মেডিকেল স্কুলে ঢোকার জন্য, আর এমক্যাট এর স্কোরই কত লাগে?
এই জিনিসগুলো আসলে আমার বেশি জানা নাই, কারণ আমার তো যেতে হয় নাই ওই রাউট দিয়ে। But I would say at least 3.5 of GPA, at least, if not more. And MCAT scoring, I don't even know how the scoring of MCAT is. It's probably out of 40 or 80. I'm not sure because I didn't have to. I didn't have to do it.
Okay.
So as I said, like আমি যখন medical school মানে high school পরে যে medical school যে ঢুকলাম, so it was already sure for me that I'm going through a medical school, so I didn't have to take MCAT.
What program নাম কি ছিল?
Sophie Davis.
So এর কি ইউনিক প্রোগ্রাম, এরকম অনেক প্রোগ্রাম আছে নাকি এটা একটা ইউনিক প্রোগ্রাম?
So it is an unique program in New York, but other universities have like such program, like 7-year medical program. However, they have only few seats, like maybe like 5 in 1 year. So it's very competitive to get in.
তো ওদের সময় কত ছিল?
But this program had many, so মানে আমার program ছিল 70. So 70 of us actually got in.
So যতগুলো স্টুডেন্ট ঢুকছিল কতজন ডাক্তার হয়ে বেরিয়েছে?
35, about 50% didn't.
And what happened to those 55?
Some of them got left back, so they had to do additional years, and some of them just got kicked out and did something else.
মানে ওখান থেকে বের করে দেবে, মানে বহিষ্কার করার ক্রাইটেরিয়া কি, কেন বের করে দেবে?
So if you don't pass the first try, they will give you a second try. If you fail again, and then you're kicked out, regardless of which year you are. If you could be in 5th year and get kicked out.
যে কোনো মানে কোন একটা পরীক্ষাতেই?
একটা পরীক্ষা so one class you have a chance of taking it one time over and then if you fail again then you're done.
তো বর্তমানে আসি তাহলে কাজের জায়গায় এখানে কি কি ঘটনা ঘটলে সবচেয়ে বেশি ভালো লাগে কাজের মধ্যে?
So I do transplant. So whenever I see people getting transplanted like this, these are kidney failure patients. So whenever they get a transplant, that makes me the happiest.
আর সবচেয়ে খারাপ লাগে কি করলে কি হলে?
People dying. I do see a lot of death because kidney failure patients are very likely to die, and about 20% of the people dies every year. So I do see a lot of death.
ছোটবেলায় কি হওয়ার ইচ্ছা ছিল?
I don't remember, but whenever I can remember, like Abama was always saying to become a doctor. So yes, that's all I remember. But I don't remember if I wanted to become something particularly.
কোনো কিছু আফসোস আছে লাইফে?
No, I don't think so. Very happy.
জন্মভূমি বাংলাদেশের জন্য কিছু করার ইচ্ছা আছে?
ইচ্ছা আছে কিন্তু সামর্থ্য কতটুকু হবে সেটা আসলে বলা কঠিন. So I will try my best to do something maybe in the future.
বাংলাদেশ থেকে যারা ডাক্তার হতে চায় এখানে এসে মানে তোর মতো বয়সে যদি হাই স্কুলে ঢুকে তারা যে ডাক্তার হচ্ছে তাদের জন্য কি উপদেশ আছে, কি করা উচিত তাদের?
So I would say like if you want to become a doctor মানে ডাক্তার হতে চাইলে আর কি you have to study and you have to have good grades. That's the main thing, and MCAT score. If you do well in MCAT, even if you don't have that well score in your GPA, then you can still get it.
আর এখানে স্কুলে ঢোকার পরে প্রথমত তুই কোন ক্লাস ঢুকছিলি এখানে, কোন গ্রেডে?
So 9th grade.
সো ঢোকার হাই স্কুলে ঢোকার পর ইমিডিয়েট প্রবলেমগুলো কি ছিল?
So as you and I, like we both went to regular school in Bangladesh, so it was we didn't concentrate on like the English, so our knowledge of English was not as good as it should be. So it was very hard initially to actually just understanding people, plus all the classes were in English, so just to get through that was hard.
The last any উপদেশ কারোর জন্য যারা যে কোনো রেগুলার পিপল ডাক্তার হতে চায় বা
যারা বাংলাদেশি তারা যদি এখানে এসে ডাক্তার হতে চায় তাহলে they have to take their USMLEs and they have to score high. If you become a doctor from here, if you go through medical school in the United States, it's much easier to get a residency than people who are coming from outside. Everybody, all the university program or any programs, when they're looking for people to take them into their residency, they either want US grads, meaning like medical students who graduated from US, or they want somebody from outside of the country who has at least over 95% of the scoring in USMLE. So if you are not doing that, then you're going to be having a hard time getting in. So study hard, get good score in USMLE if you're coming from outside of the country.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.